Taking down your Christmas tree isn't just about wrapping up the holidays. It's about clearing space for something new. As we say goodbye to 2024, the new year is our chance to reset, refocus, and really be intentional about where we see our future. There's a lot that I'm looking forward to bringing into 2025, and some things I'm leaving in the past. So this week is all about our 2025 reset. Howdy. We're all done with the main Christmas festivities, and now we are going to go and give out some gifts to the less fortunate because Atlanta has a crazy unhoused population. Like, I was thinking about doing it tomorrow, but then I realized, it's getting cold, and
This is the season of giving.
yes, and the people who need it would really like to have it when it's the coldest. A pair of socks, a hat, and then some hand warmers. So, I try to collect little random things around the year and, just have them to give out. And after going through everything I've been through, I can definitely understand why it's the right thing to do. So we are giving away a bunch of these sock and hat combinations. I was actually going to give them to the Goodwill, and I realized they just sell them. So it's better for me to just take them to the people directly. Not going to film any of that or anything, but we'll take you guys downtown. Christmas, definitely the season of giving and a time to be appreciative for all the things we have. Our kids are just going to follow our lead in everything we do. And I think it's important that my sons see me giving. Even if it's not financially, you can give with time, you can give with, just kindness. Dad cakes. So in thinking about efficiency and how I can be better next year, one thing I realize is when you guys see me cooking and making breakfast and dinner, all these things, I enjoy cooking. I love the process, but I'm actually cooking these things pretty much live. And that is not the most efficient way to do things. You can just pre-make your dry ingredients, which will, one, allow me to stop making new dishes every single morning, but two, it'll save me a bunch of time. And if I want to make more content, it's going to be important for me to find efficiency and find time where it was pretty much overlooked before. So the other day I actually went in and pre-made some pancake mix. I made one of these jars, which is 4 cups, which is enough for 4 days of pancake. And then I put the rest of the recipe on the top. When my son is finally ready to make his own breakfast, he'll be able to just follow the recipe. I'm pretty much making this every time I make pancakes anyway. So instead of making it one time and then washing dishes and then going back and doing it again tomorrow, I made 5 batches. 4 of them I put inside here. 1 of them I made that day. And now I have my own dad cake mix that I can just pull from every single time I'm making pancakes. In order for me to be able to make content consistently, I got to find time, and I don't have it. Right now I do, because there's no work that's going to be happening until the first of the year. So while things are slow, now is the time for me to create processes, get everything organized, ready to go. So that way, when things pick back up and things are chaotic, it's not so difficult for me to maintain the schedule that I currently have. Content is one thing, but I still have to deal with work, childcare, co-parenting is still crazy, and my legal schedule is 50-50, but the reality right now is 95-5. How are you? Love you. Okay, do not judge me. I went and got some food. I just realized I haven't had fast food in probably 9 months. And I don't want to make any more mess. I need to clean up already, so let me not make it any worse. So I went and got some food. Kava is my favorite fast food. Used to be Chipotle, but they kind of messed it up. You know what I mean? Prices kept going up and quality has kind of, I won't say gone down. It's just been inconsistent. Plus, I got bored. I've been eating Chipotle since I was in college. Kava is the new thing. It tastes great. It's different flavors. It's Greek food. Of course, I can make all this food, but I just want to take it easy today. But I will say, when I got to the register and they said it was $15, I immediately reminded myself, this will be a reminder for the next time I decide to eat fast food, why I don't typically eat fast food.
Person isn't going to put an end to any of this. Oilnum said something like that.
So, I know we just did this, and I'm embarrassed. I'm not even going to lie. We just got back from camping. I know there's no reason this place should be this crazy, but whenever I'm leaving to go out of, not even go out of town, like leaving to go to work, just putting stuff together, grabbing everything, putting it in a bag and going off. For some reason, I can't seem to figure out how to, like come back and it's still clean. So I really want to do better about that next year. Like making sure everything that I own has a place. That way it's harder for it to get like this. For the most part, it's just unpacking my clothes, putting the suitcase away. I tried to watch Squid Games and yikes. It's funny. I made it one episode in and then I was like, you should go edit, because this is not what I expected it to be. So as we approach the new year, one thing I definitely have to do, which I really do not want to do, is my hair. I guess now would be the ideal time for me to try to watch some Squid Games, since this is going to take a while. But Alice in Borderland, I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's not Korean, it's Japanese, but I got to tell you, it is a superior show. Far more interesting, far more in depth. If you're a fan of Squid Games, you're going to love Alice in Borderland. I guess I'll get started on my hair. Now, if you've been on this channel for a while, you might remember that I didn't always have my hair twisted. And, oddly enough, it wasn't really a fashion statement. I didn't get my hair twisted until I had to go to court for my divorce. Actually, I wasn't even planning on doing anything to it, but my mom was like, you can't go to court like that. Right before our first court date, I actually went and got my hair twisted, and the girl who did it, she seemed to really not want to ever do my hair again, because like the first time she's like, okay, now that I've done it, you'll be able to do it from here on out. And I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't know anything about doing hair at all. From then on, I kind of went online and found enough information to do it myself. And now haircuts are like $1 million. So I'm kind of glad that I've just always leaned on myself to do that kind of thing. 10:45 now. Should be done by like 3. I don't really want to do it, but the more times I do it, the better I get, the faster I get, and hopefully one day I'll be able to do it in like an hour. Now that my son is getting his hair twisted and he's asking me to do it, it would be better for me to learn how to do things a little bit, more faster. Like systems. Systems is the key word in 2025. Growing up, I remember everyone being so obsessed with these New Year's superstitions. You gotta clean the house so you don't bring old dirt into the new year, or eat your black-eyed peas for luck. And you definitely have to stay up until midnight because you don't want to start the new year sleeping. But as I get older, the less I think any of this is important. And honestly, we totally fell asleep last night. He wanted to just watch movies with his dad, and that was a way better suggestion than any of the superstitions I had been following before anyway. Instead of obsessing about these traditions, I realized it's not where we end last year, it's where we start the new one. I've got my own family now. I can make my own rules. I can start my own traditions and ask myself, what kind of energy and focus am I bringing into this new year? It's not about what I ate or what color I was wearing when the clock struck 12. It's about having a plan for the future. And in 2025, I've got some big ones. But more importantly, there's some things I'm going to leave in the past. Starting with these New Year's superstitions. I don't know if this audio is even being picked up because I'm so far away from the camera, but I am happy that I'm vlogging because it forces me to get out and do things I would probably never do. I also think the more I have to teach my son about, you know, getting out of his own comfort zone, the more it forces me to like acknowledge that it's probably something I haven't always been great at, and maybe push myself a little bit further into not falling back into old habits. Now, I know you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to just make things up for content, but you guys definitely don't want to see me do the same thing every single day. So there's always going to be a little bit of me getting out of my comfort zone and doing something I probably wouldn't usually do. That lady was looking at me crazy. We are down at Georgia Tech, and just thinking back to my college days, one of the I think mistakes that I made was like my freshman year I didn't have a roommate, because I didn't want to deal with somebody else being different, and just being closed-minded and not wanting to experience life, like really get the full experience because it was uncomfortable. And in 2025, I'm definitely going to just get out and experience more things. Like there's a lot of things I'm not really into, but these days I just do stuff because it sounds like a good experience. Like it's 7 o'clock in the morning. There's no traffic out here. There's only a few students even walking around campus. If I hop on the highway, it's pretty empty. It's really nice. And there's not a ton of days like this. I don't necessarily spend too much time in the city itself, but when I pass through, it's always nice to, see the lights, see the buildings, get a little piece of it before I head back to the suburbs. Well, first of all, welcome to 2025. There's a couple of things I need to say really quickly before my recorder dies out. So this is actually going to be the first year that I'm officially divorced. Last year, I've been separated for a couple of years, but everything got finalized in 2024. So I'm going into 2025 officially completely single. So, with that, it's just like a new beginning, new opportunities, new experiences, new everything. 2024 was a pretty solid year for me, but there's a couple of things I want to leave behind. Fear and negativity. What the fuck? I grew up in a place where people didn't really like to see other people happy. And because of that, I find myself like having to learn to smile again. For years, I think I would intentionally look away or not share my joy, not because, to the point where I was just kind of being negative about things, not because I wasn't happy. Like I never wanted to seem too high, too happy, because there was always somebody, I guess, in my past who was looking to kind of kill the joy or, just take that moment away from me. So I'm letting that go. I'm open to expressing my gratitude, my happiness, my joy. And I think, the content I've been making here has been helping with that a bit. And just, I really look forward to continuing to do that in the future. The other thing is I'm letting fear go because I'm in a place where right now there's a lot of things to be afraid of. Like literally I'm out here looking over my shoulder, but a lot of things are kind of up in the air with work and, with my co-parenting situation and life. And there's a lot of reasons for me to be nervous about everything that's going on. But I think at this point, I just have to have a plan, be proactive, and just execute because I can't worry about it. Like being afraid doesn't really do anything for me. It just gives me more anxiety. I just want to be proactive. And I think as long as I'm doing that, I will find a way. With that, I'm really looking forward to accomplishing some big goals this year. Going to try to get this channel to 10,000 subscribers, which is lofty. And I know they say you shouldn't state your goals, but that's being negative, and we left that in 2024. And if I don't, we can look back in December and figure out what went wrong. But for right now, I'm pretty positive I'm going to make it happen. So with that, my name is Aaron. I make content on my life as a recently divorced single dad and creative entrepreneur. If you want to continue on this journey with me, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.